Today I'm going to try and teach you guys a little bit about the Mexican-American War. So I'd like to start out with the Texas Revolution. The Texas Revolution was shortly after the Mexicans had won their independence from Spain. The Texas Revolution happened because after the Mexicans won their independence from Spain, they didn't have a lot of people, so they gave a large tract of land to Moses Austin, and his job was to sell the land so that more people would come into Mexico. Austin's son, Stephen, sold the land and made a very large profit. Many Americans moved into Mexico, and the Mexican government asked them to do one thing. That thing was to become Catholic and to be a loyal Mexican. These men were still loyal Americans, and most of them were Protestant. When Mexico learned that they weren't doing as they had asked them, they took away their lands, and so Austin and many of the settlers that had settled there were upset, and they stayed in their lands. So the Mexican government sent an army to stop them or to keep them in check. And once they sent that army, there was a fight that happened, which broke out into the Texas Revolution. The Texas Revolution was fought very hard, but eventually the Texans won, and they were now known as the Lone Star Republic. The Texans wanted it to become a state, so they sent in a petition for their statehood. They sent in 2 petitions, but both of them were denied because the American government was afraid that it would offset the peace in the nation, because there would be more slave states than free states. So until Polk became president, the Texas was on its own. After President Polk became president, Texas was instated as a state and as a part of the United States. Polk thought that it was our God-given right to stretch all the way across the continent. So he sent some of his men to Mexico, and asked them if they would sell California, Arizona, and New Mexico to him. The Mexicans said, "No way, Jose," and sent them on their way. So Polk, there was a disputed border in Texas. So Polk sent a military force there to occupy the disputed border. When they arrived, there was a small skirmish, and many of them ended up dead. After this, Polk said that he had no choice but to declare war on Mexico, because they had killed Americans on American soil. This is the Mexican-American War. The Mexican-American War was fought very hard on both sides, with many casualties, but eventually the Mexicans were beat back. The Mexicans would not surrender and fought their hardest, fought with all they had, until we took their main city, the main city of Mexico City. We took Mexico City, and this caused them to surrender and to sign the Treaty of Guadalupe. The Treaty of Guadalupe was signed in 1848. It said it gave us it gave us California, New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, Utah, and Colorado. We gave them $15 million and told them they couldn't take their lands back for those lands, and took them. I hope you guys learned something. This is all I have for you today. Thank you.